Hello, and welcome to the DOR Transition Partnership Program, TPP, 2021 Contract Renewal Training. My name is Diane Shinstock, and I'm a DOR Cooperative Program Specialist with the Cooperative Program section. Thank you for joining me today. Please note that this module is for the TPP programs and will be providing TPP-specific information. During our time together today, we will be discussing the following topics: the DOR Student Services Overview and Requirements, clarification on the potentially eligible case type, and recently released guidance memos. 3 years ago, DOR implemented the new TPP designs, and each program chose a design based upon the program and DOR district needs. The renewal process is an opportunity to evaluate contract services based upon actual service delivery outcomes. Perhaps you want to switch designs or configure your budget differently. Renewal season would be the best time to make these types of changes. Just to refresh, let's look at the specific designs. The Design 1 provides DOR student services only. It requires the contractor to choose at least 3 of the 5 DOR student services. There will be one budget accounting for the costs associated with those services. The Design 2 provides DOR student services and VR services. As with Design 1, Design 2 programs are required to choose at least 3 of the 5 student services available. VR services that are required include employment preparation and job development, placement, and follow-up. Short-term supports is an optional service. Design 2 will require 2 service budgets and accurately track the services and costs associated with each budget. The primary case type for the delivery of DOR student services for both program designs is the potentially eligible, or PE, case type, which we will discuss later in the training module. If you have questions about program design or are interested in making changes, please work with your DOR contract administrator. As a quick refresher, let's go over the definition of DOR student services. The Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, WIOA, requires VR agencies such as DOR California to expend 15% of the federal award providing pre-employment transition services to students with disabilities as defined by WIOA. DOR has branded the pre-employment transition services as DOR student services. The 5 DOR student services include job exploration counseling, workplace readiness training, work-based learning experiences, counseling on post-secondary education, and instruction on self-advocacy. For additional information, feel free to review your current scope of work or the new scope of work template. Alternatively, your DOR contract administrator is available for further assistance and information. As you know, a student with a disability is defined by WIOA as an individual who is between the ages of 16 and 21 with a disability who is currently enrolled or attending secondary, post-secondary, or other recognized education programs. Additionally, for students in secondary education, services may continue past the day they turn 22, depending on their education status and IEP. We will discuss this further in the training. As mentioned on the previous slide, DOR is required to expend 15% of its total federal award on DOR student services. This equates to approximately $45 million, and TPPs make up approximately $25 million of the required expenditures. DOR student services can be provided to a student with a disability in either the potentially eligible or the VR case type. However, as we mentioned before, the potentially eligible case type is the predominant case type for the provision of DOR student services. So let's compare the two case types. The potentially eligible case type is restricted to the delivery of DOR student services only. The VR case type allows for the delivery of both VR services and DOR student services for individuals who meet the definition of a student with a disability. The PE case type only requires the completion of the Student Services Plan Request Form, or the DR 203, the Student Services Plan, the DR 205, and the Consent to Release and Obtain Information, the DR 260. The VR case type requires a traditional DOR application, verification of eligibility, and individual plan for employment, or IPE, development. The advantage of the PE case type is that students who receive services more quickly, since they do not need to complete the more extensive application process. So let's go over the recent guidance memos regarding DOR student services provided by the Cooperative Program section. The Cooperative Program section provided a guidance memo on April 14th, 2020 that provided updates regarding DOR student services. This memo outlined 3 points. The first point of the guidance memo, which you can reference on TPP attachment number 1, provides clarifying guidance about the age limit for DOR student services. WIOA allows for DOR to align the delivery of DOR student services with the special education age limit as cited within the California Education Code. This means that depending upon the student's date of birth, some students in the upper age limit of WIOA can extend to 22 years of age. This extension may not surpass the point at which the student exits secondary education. Also, students exiting high school prior to their 22nd birth date, or students in post-secondary education or training, may only be provided DOR student services through age 21. The second point of the guidance memo discusses the availability for TPPs to provide limited DOR student services to a student with a disability for 1 year post-school exit. However, the student must be enrolled in a recognized post-secondary education setting and must provide proof of enrollment to their DOR counselor. The purpose is for the TPP to assist students in transition and preparation for post-secondary education and should be determined on a case-by-case basis. If you need additional clarification, please reach out to your DOR contract administrator or your assigned cooperative program specialist. The third and final point of the guidance memo provides guidance that students who are or will be participating in an adult transition program may benefit from participation in TPP DOR student services for a longer period of time. This would result in those identified students receiving TPP DOR student services for longer than the 2 to 3 year timeframe, should it be beneficial. It may be appropriate to refer these students earlier than the 2 to 3 years prior to high school exit. The TPP should continue to monitor the total served outcomes to ensure that programs do not become impacted and services are provided to students when they would most benefit. As a reminder, the cooperative program section will be conducting a Q&A and general program update sessions by program type. This slide shares the indicated dates and times of those sessions. Programs are encouraged to attend the session for their program type. However, if you're unable to attend due to a scheduling conflict, please feel free to attend another session. Also, if you have questions regarding today's training, please send your questions to cssinfo@dor.ca.gov prior to the update sessions. Your questions will be responded to during the live session. Thank you for your time and participation in viewing the TPP module of the Cooperative Program section Annual Contract Training, and have a wonderful day.